Welcome to this episode of 10 must-play Nintendo Switch multiplayer games. And the first game that I want to talk about is a pretty recent release that came out this year, Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. And the physical copy comes with a sticker sheet and also a poster of the artwork. And I wanted to talk about this game because this game is a fantastic beat 'em up. It features two-player co-op, and it's just really a great game. It has some rogue-like elements where after you beat a level, you'll have the option to spend money that you earned in that level to upgrade your characters. But if you end up losing, you can choose to either spend the money to continue, or you can just leave, restart the game with your upgraded characters and keep going from there. So this is a really fun game, all kinds of different characters to unlock. It features only 4 levels, but what makes it really stand out from other beat 'em ups is that it's highly replayable. There's multiple paths that you can take in this one, and a lot of characters to unlock. You can unlock artwork, and you can even unlock tips for the game, which that is a criticism a lot of people had, and I think that is kind of silly. They should just give you the tips, but this is still a great must-play Nintendo Switch multiplayer game, especially if you're a fan of beat 'em ups. Next on my list here is Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and this is probably my game of the year for 2023, and honestly one of my favorite games of all time already. My first gaming memories and games that I played were the Super Mario Brothers games on the Super Nintendo, and this game definitely lived up to the hype and brought Mario back to the top. This game is a great local multiplayer game, and it also is a great game with the online functionality. There's all kind of people on there to play with that'll help you out. You can save each other. It has all kind of awesome levels, all kind of different challenges. The badges that you get that give you different abilities in this game are really fun. The new power-ups are really fun. The elephant power-up, the drill power-up, the bubble flower. It's just a really great time, and honestly probably one of the greatest 2D platformers of all time, and one of the greatest 2D platformers, if not the best, on the Nintendo Switch. If you're looking for a great multiplayer game with up to 4-player co-op, that is one that you do not want to miss. So the third game on my list here is Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. And this is a great casual co-op game with all kinds of different mini games. It's in the title, 51 different games that you can play. And this is something that you could probably play with anyone. You can play these games with small children. You can play these games with your grandma, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. There's just so much variety in this package. You have stuff like air hockey. You have stuff like chess. You have stuff like checkers. You have the battle tanks, which make a return from the Wii. You have bowling, which makes a return from the Wii before they put it into Nintendo Switch sports games. You have those motion control like Wii games, but you also have the button control games. You have some touchscreen control games. Just a lot of variety in this package. You have toy baseball, toy soccer, kind of foosball, whatever you call it. All kind of great stuff. This is a great multiplayer game that's great for the family to play with friends or just anyone. And it does have great online functionality. I haven't tried that out in a while, so I don't know how many people are currently on there that you can get a game with, but this is a must-buy if this is your type of game. So the next awesome multiplayer Nintendo Switch game that I want to talk about is Kirby Star Allies. This game kind of gets a lot of hate from a lot of people, but I think that's because they don't really understand what this game is. This game is truly meant to be played in co-op with at least 2 people. And the reason I'm putting this game on the list is because this game is great to play with pretty much anyone. You can play this game with young children and it'll be easy enough for them, or just even someone who isn't that experienced with gaming, but it's still a lot of fun. The levels are simple, but they're really fun. I love the great art style in this game. It's classic Kirby, and you will want to have an online internet connection for this one though, so that you can download all the free DLC updates. This game is kind of a celebration of the Kirby series. You can play in co-op with all the classic Kirby characters, and there's just a lot of great stuff about this game. A true multiplayer experience, but I wouldn't buy it just to play by yourself single player. So this list is in no particular order, but coming in at the halfway mark is Streets of Rage 4, and the physical copy comes with a mini art booklet, a reversible cover, and a keychain. But if you are looking for a physical copy of this game, I would recommend you look for the anniversary edition. I don't have that one because I got this one that came out first, but the anniversary edition comes with all the DLC on the cartridge. But even without the DLC, this is a phenomenal classic game, one of my favorite games of all time. Features 4-player co-op, is a great, awesome beat 'em up, lot of action, epic boss battles, great variety of enemies, great variety of weapons, really good fighting mechanics in this game. Features two-player online play as well. And this is just literally one of my favorite games of all time. If you're looking for a fun 4-player co-op game that provides a challenge but has different difficulty modes, this is one that you will not want to miss out on, especially if you're a fan of beat 'em ups. So before I continue on with this list here, I just want to quickly note that if you feel that I'm not putting games on this list that deserve to be here, that's because I'm planning to make more episodes of this series featuring more games. I just want to highlight 10 at a time so it's easily digestible and I can really highlight some great multiplayer games for you all. But next on the list here is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And this is a great multiplayer fighting game. This one kind of plays like King of Fighters, probably what I would compare it more to than anything. Maybe a little bit of Street Fighter, but this is a classic arcade style fighting game. A lot of action, a lot of fun, 2-player co-op, just 1 versus 1 in this one. I think you can do the 3 versus 3, but it's only 2-player. But this is a really fun game, great graphics, it runs great on the Switch, and it has a great wide variety of characters. This is one that I definitely recommend if you're a fan of fighting games. You don't want to sleep on this one. Coming in at the lucky 7 spot is Mario Party Superstars. And this game is the best Mario Party game on the Nintendo Switch. I know there's the other Mario Party game, I think it's Super Mario Party, but this one features all the best mini games and some boards from the N64 classic Mario Party games, as well as mini games from the GameCube Mario Party mini games. This game has great graphics, it's great for local 4-player multiplayer, and it's also great for online. The online on this game runs buttery smooth, no stutters, no hiccups, no nothing. This is a really fun game, especially if you're a fan of the Mario Party games. You definitely do not want to miss out on this one. And another thing to note is a lot of past Mario Party games have gotten expensive later on down the line. So this is one that you definitely might want to pick up. And if you have a big family, 4 people to play with, or you can play this with friends, this is a great party game to break out anytime. Another must-own fighting game on this list is the Capcom Fighting Collection. And this game was a big deal to fighting game fans when it came out because it featured 5 games, the Darkstalker series, that only came out in Japan. And let me tell you, if you're a fan of arcade-style fighting games, those games play phenomenal. Honestly, I'm only a casual fighting game fan, but those games are outstanding. Probably some of the best fighting games that I've ever played in my life. They were Japan exclusives, and now you can play them here in America. This game features 10 games on the cartridge, features some Street Fighter, some puzzle Street Fighter games, also features Cyberbots Full Metal Madness where you fight as these mech robots. Really fun, awesome game. Definitely a must play. Features 2-player co-op or battle versus rather. But yeah, you definitely want to have this in your collection. All right, and a great shoot 'em up or side-scrolling run and gun to add to the list here. Warhammer 40K, Shooters, Blood, and Teeth. And this one you play as an orc. This can be played up to 4-player co-op, and it kind of plays like a Contra-style game where it's side-scrolling and you're just shooting after tons of difficult enemies, epic boss battles, humorous, funny game as well. Rated teen, so it's not the most violent, so not too bad for kids to play, especially, maybe 9, 10 and up teenagers, but a really fun game here if you're a fan of this style of game. And the last game on this list, I could have easily talked about first, But the reason I didn't is because I wanted to highlight some lesser known titles. But Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the ultimate fighting game on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, you see all these boxes here? These are all the characters you could play as, and that doesn't even include the DLC characters that they added later on. This game has a bunch of fun characters, a bunch of fun stages, a bunch of fun game modes, great online play. This game is one of the greatest games of all time. I've been playing Super Smash Bros. Since the first one on the N64 when I was 6 years old, and they really made the ultimate game with this one, the best party fighting game on the Nintendo Switch. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, informative, and or entertaining, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Stay tuned for part 2 of this series. And until the next video, peace.